Miami University Middletown is a regional campus of Miami University, a highly regarded public university with a national reputation, and Miami University Middletown was Ohio's very first regional campus. The library at Miami University Middletown offers access to all Miami University's online resources. Its own collection and a staff of professional librarians read to help. Dining in Haven, which is in Johnston Hall, is proudly provided by Miami University Dining Service. Breakfast and lunch are served daily during fall and spring semesters. Hey, thank you for watching our videos. Hope you will enjoy it.
Hi everyone, my name is Jingjing Bao. I am a Chinese student in the ELC program of Miami University Middletown. The ELC program is specifically designed to provide full-time intensive English language instruction and prepare students for full admittance to Miami University Middletown. This program provides intensive English language courses as well as integration into college-level courses with American students.
Group of people just came to your country from overseas. What advice would you give them? And can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Jessie Brain. I'm an ELC specialist at Miami University Middletown campus. So 3 pieces of advice. The first is to volunteer. Volunteering is a great way to adapt. When you meet people, they like you because you're doing something good for the community, and they don't care how well you speak English. Also, you can put volunteering on your resume. I've met some of my best friends by volunteering, by the way. The second piece of advice is to watch movies and TV in English with no subtitles. It helps you get used to what's cool in the culture, and it helps you learn the street language, which is different from academic language. The third piece of advice is start doing things that you can put on your resume. So join a committee or participate in class a lot so that you can have a reference from a teacher. But when you leave college, you want leadership roles on your resume, and you want to be able to say things like, I organized people for this event, I helped create this event. Whatever it is, you need stuff on your resume, so start now.
Okay, I'm Amy McDiffett, and I live in the United States of America, and I live in the state of Ohio. My house is in Cincinnati, but I work in the town of Middletown. And if somebody from overseas came to my country, the first thing I would tell them would be to smile at people and to not be afraid to ask questions, because most of the people in this country are really friendly and wanting to help people who come in as visitors. Occasionally you'll meet somebody who might not be that way, but I don't want people to go away from my country thinking everybody's that way. The second thing I would say is if you have the opportunity to visit all sorts of different places in my country, to not just visit the big cities. Don't just go to Los Angeles and New York City and Washington, D.C., but visit some of the smaller towns. Visit places like Middletown, or visit some of the smaller towns in this area. And then also visit some really rural places. Go through and drive through just the big farmland, because there's a huge part of the United States of America that is just strictly rural. I've traveled a lot in the United States, and I've traveled where I've driven, maybe 50 miles and never seen another car, where it's just completely rural, so that you really get a feel for the country and for the fact that it's very different, that sometimes I know the news or Hollywood projects just one image, and my country is quite varied. And the third thing that I would say would be, if you have the opportunity, get to know someone from the United States at a deeper level, so that you start to learn not just the surface things, but you start to learn more about how people here think through, reason through issues, how they think about politics, and not just necessarily a particular point of view, but how we approach politics, or how we approach the issue of religion and how we handle it in our country, what our laws are, and so that you start to get a feel for the culture of the country that way.
Students who are experiencing difficulty in coursework are encouraged to come to advising and learning assistance to explore their options. They will be guided to the appropriate person for academic help, as well as to any needed support courses and resources materials.
Number one, can you simply introduce the Learning Center?
Yes, the Learning Center is located in room 2, Johnston, and it is open on Mondays and Thursdays from 10 to 6, and on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 10 to 5. It is a room where students are able to come to get help with any sort of writing project or with any of their math classes.
Okay. The number two, which courses are more likely to ask tutors to help for students?
Okay. In terms of students asking for help, if they're asking for help with any of the math classes in the sequence that runs from our beginning math classes up through calculus, we get a lot of questions for those courses, and all of those students are referred to the Learning Center, because our math tutors there are available to help them, and those students can come anytime the Learning Center is open. It's just drop in. We get a lot of questions from students who need help with writing papers, and for any student who is writing a paper in an English 111, English 112, or a history class, or an art appreciation class, or a psychology class, those kind of classes, the students can come to the Learning Center as well, and there's a writing tutor who can help with their papers. The writing tutor does not check grammar or do proofreading, but they can help with if the paper is generally making sense, if the paper is answering the question that's being asked. They can even help with brainstorming to get the paper started.
And the last question, how can students get tutors?
Okay, and this goes to specific courses, and I'll back up and answer a little bit of the other question. For courses other than the math and writing issues, we get a lot of requests for help with any of the science courses, the biology courses, the botany courses, the chemistry courses. And if a student needs help with one of those courses, they go to room 1 Johnston to the Office of Advising and Learning Assistance, and they fill out a form to request a specific tutor, and then I work with that student on an individual basis to pair them up with another student who has done well in that class, and they get individual tutoring.
Okay, thank you. As international students, we have to overcome language difficulties and try to keep perfect academic standards. In Miami University Middletown campus, the ELC department could help us improve English skills and give us advice to adapt to American. In addition, the Learning Center helps us get good grades on assignments and exams. We believe international students will have have an enjoyable experience in Miami University Middletown campus.